have nothing. I will have no one adore you and want you so. I'm just a no one with nothing to give you but all.
But the last call you made, you said the man was still there. Now you said he might be. Well, is the van still outside, Mrs. Copley, or not? It's not. Look, I've already sent P.C. Bradley out, Mrs. Copley. He'll be outside your house now.
Bright, sparkling diamond. But believe me, dear, when I say that she can give you the world, but she'll never love you the way I love you.
You're right! Grab that blanket, give me a hand. What happened? Switched on the ignition or something blew up? Sounded like a bomb. What was it? Search me, Mr. Bradley.
Hang on. This doesn't look like an accident to me. Here, look.
What do you mean?
Here. Looks like someone rigged an explosive device to your car.
That letter. Someone has got it in for me, Mr. Bradley. And I can prove it.
You'll get what you gave, Metcalf. Soon, no mercy.
Metcalf says it came in the post 2 days ago. The envelope. He also claims he's received telephone calls, 2 of them. Somebody ringing up and not talking to him when he answered.
Oh. Why didn't he report them?
Didn't take them seriously.
They rarely do until it's too late.
That's right. That was forensic, Sarge. The explosive device, exact type to be determined, deliberately planted and wired to explode.
Hear that, everyone? Seems we have a case of attempted murder on our hands.
Jostle, hassle, elbow muscle, in a swirling rainbow tussle, caught and frozen, broken sheet. Now unites for one brief scene. Lonely in the dark I grow, the keys in my kaleidoscope. Concrete spaces change their places, take up stances, exchange glances, lost in multicolored hues. There is no hole which I can choose. Lonely in the dark I go, the keys in my kaleidoscope.
Mr. Meeks, sorry to keep you waiting.
Not at all. Gave me a chance to admire St. Jude's.
Well, I've given up on you chaps being able to do anything at all to help. I've got a file this thick of letters I've sent to the diocesan authorities.
Well, the wheels of Ecclesiastica grind exceeding slow.
Well, you're here now.
Indeed. By the look of St. Jude's, not a moment too soon.
The garage. Does Mr. Metcalf keep it locked?
Not always. It was open yesterday.
So much for crime prevention on your beat, Bradley. When does he think the car was tampered with?
Sometime before he returned from work last night.
We had a report that a man was seen loitering in a van close to Mr. Metcalf's house. It left shortly before the explosion.
Identity of the man? Make and year of the van?
I don't know, Sarge, but I'm working on it.
Well, try not to let it become the investigative equivalent of watching grass grow, Ventress.
I'll try not, Sarge.
This Metcalf, what do we know about him?
An ambulance driver with Ashfordly General, no form. From what I know and what I've heard, a solid, upstanding member of the community.
And yet he attracts anonymous phone calls and threatening letters. That rarely happens for no reason.
Well,
as I thought. The entire structure is subsiding.
Subsiding? St. Jude's has the closest association with our family, and I insist you pull your finger... Do something about it.
So I shall. A comprehensive schedule of works which I intend to submit to the diocesan authorities.
Quite. But who pays? The estate can no longer afford to maintain church property.
I'm sure I can persuade my superiors to fund it, Lord Ashfordly, in the long term.
Sincerely hope so.
But remedial action is required now. The most urgent being the immediate removal of all heavy material stored in here.
Oscar.
Oh, Mike, yes. I hear Frank Metcalfe's been a bit shaken up.
News travels fast.
It's not every day someone nearly gets blown up by a bomb. I was at the hospital when he showed up for work.
Yeah, they were talking about it in the butcher's this morning.
Look, how well do you know Frank?
Oh, I knew him quite well during my time on the council. He was one of our volunteer drivers. Why?
Well, I just need a little bit of background info on him, that's all.
Well, my theory...
Look, let's just deal with Frank for now, shall we?
Well, he leads a simple life, doesn't drink, doesn't gamble, goes to church. And as far as I know, sleeps in his own bed, which is more than I can say of some people around here.
From what I know of Frank, I agree. He's a dedicated man, as straight as they come, Mike.
You want me to invest in the scrap business, is that it?
Not scrap, Bernard. Reclamation. Just look at that machine. You put a dead car in one end and out it comes the other end in little heaps of precious metals. We could make millions.
Mr. Scripps, need some reliable people to work up at St. Jude's.
At your service, your lordship.
Is that the same work that me and Mr. Greengrass did for you, Lord Ashfordly?
No, this time we need everything cleared. Stored fittings, fixtures, rubbish, the lot.
No job too big or too small for Scripps Enterprises. So long as we can agree on the tariff for services rendered.
Tariff? The devil's he on about?
Not sure, your lordship.
I'll pay you what I pay Greengrass.
Oh, I'm not sure that would cover my break-even costs.
What costs? Oh, never mind. Do you want the job or not?
Yes.
I've tried to match the description of the van with pictures of these. Now, Mrs. Copley thinks it's that model. She says it's either a dark blue or dark red. And it was shiny, so it was probably still new.
There are more vans of that description than there are breadcrumbs in this desk of yours. Ashfordly Station? Speaking. I see. What about serial numbers? If you would, yes, please. Good. Well, I'll expect them then. Thank you. Goodbye. Forensics. Say the explosives used were PE4s, rigged by an expert in explosive devices. Somebody army-trained, they believe. Let PC Bradley know, will you?
How is he?
Well, most of the glass missed him. My main worry's shot. Mr. Dell has a heart condition.
Is he in a fit state to talk?
I want him to get proper treatment first.
He did say he'd been on the receiving end of anonymous phone calls and that yesterday a threatening letter arrived, same as Mr. Metcalfe.
We're ready, Dr. Somerby. First me, now this. What's going on? Or does somebody have to die before we find out?
Mr. Scripps? David. Ronald Meeks, I've been expecting you.
We've not come for a service, you know, Vicar.
No, but here to do a service of a kind, nonetheless. You'll be working under my direction.
You? Where's Lord Ashfordly? Not gone to a far, far better place, I hope.
I'm acting on his behalf. Now, I've drawn up a precise order of business for you to follow. Certain items I want removing before others, for example. So, onward.
You're positive, both identical. What about Prince? Well, he obviously knows what he's about. Could you arrange for me to meet this Major
Names and
Forbes?
addresses of eyewitnesses. They both saw a van leaving the area just before the explosion. Dark blue transit.
Right, thank you.
Same one we're looking for, has to be.
Forensics confirmed the explosive were PE4s and that some are missing from the local TA armory. I've arranged to meet a Major Forbes up there.
Mr. Dale asked me to pick this up from his house and give it to you. His wife said it came 2 days ago.
You will get what you gave, Dale. Soon, no mercy. My sentiments exactly where this particular individual is concerned.
I'll have to get on.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Somerby. If you hear or learn of anything further...
I'll let you know.
Is there an army connection, Mike?
Mr. Dale saw War Service, Metcalfe National Service years apart.
Right. These are not random attacks, and the odds are on it happening again. So, forget about motive. We'll do this the hard way. Concentrate on the van. Assemble a list of all those people whose transits match the reports. Check them out, everyone. Start close to home and then move out. I want this individual found and stopped.
Agency alarms. Hello? Hello? Look, I know you're there, whoever you are. So have you got something to...
You'll find there's other areas crammed with heavy material. Up there, for instance. I want everything out in the open where we can see it.
Well, even all the old lead and that, Vicar?
Everything means everything. All out.
What lead? Oh, there's stacks of it up on the roof. When Mr. Greengrass, he wanted to buy it and all the other valuable rubbish, but Lord Ashfordly sent him packing.
Out, out, out. Any questions?
Well, we'll need a hoist to get this locked down.
Arrange it, Mr. Scripps. Onward.
See what you mean about valuable. I smell money here, David. I wish Mr. Greengrass reckoned it was worth a fortune. And this is just one church. How many others are there around the country? Well, there'll be hundreds. Why? Yours not the reason why, David.
Who's there, sir?
Sergeant Craddock, Major Forbes.
You've seen the forensics report?
Yes, and I think we can help. Come this way. The ammunition is kept down here. Once we knew army material was involved, we checked all our inventories, and the Ashfordly armory showed up. We're missing 10 of these from here.
When did they go missing?
Sometime in the last month. We're still checking to see if anything else has gone.
You're too high, Pete. I can't live with your rates.
I've already given you a discount you don't deserve. What's all this?
Mr. Atkins. That's right. PC Mike Bradley, Aidensfield Police. I've got you down as the owner of a blue Transit, that right?
What about it?
Where is it here?
Brian Trancy's got it out on deliveries.
Look, could you tell me, is it garaged at night?
Yeah, here, in a lockup. Oh, you wanted to see it? There it is. Right, Brian.
I'll need to make an account of your movements over the last couple of nights, Mr. Atkins.
What for?
Well, we're investigating an offence and a van very similar may have been used.
Well, it wasn't this van. I told you, it's locked up here every night. And as for me, I was at home.
Well, can anyone confirm that?
My wife.
And where's she?
You missed her. She left this morning.
Left for where?
She's down south visiting relatives. Don't worry, I'll have her contact you.
Agency alarms. Hello? Oh, it's you again, is it? Are you going to say something this time? Well, you just listen to me, whoever you are. Your days are numbered. Hello? Gina, these phone calls, are they anything to do with you?
What phone calls?
This joker rings up. When I answer it, all I get is heavy breathing.
Well, it's nothing to do with me. I'm a good girl these days. Boring, I know, but at least I get to bed early.
Well, if it's not one of your fancy men, then who the devil is it?
Well, it's not the first time the village kids have tried to tease you. They know it works.
Oh, there must be easier ways of earning a living.
Well, I spoke to these hippie musicians today. They wanted me to drop out, tune in and go to a festival with them.
Oh, you look good in long hair, Phil, and smelling of mud.
What's that smell? That's not those vile egg sandwiches of yours, is it, Ventures?
No, Sarge. Oh, I'm too busy for lunch today.
How touching. Well, I have some news. The PE4s were stolen from the TA Armoury here in Ashfordly. List of all those with access to the Armoury, Ventures.
I'll cross-check them, Sarge.
Do so. Mr. Metcalfe and Mr. Dale escaped relatively unharmed. The next victim might not be so lucky.
Making progress, Mr. Scripps? We never sleep. The motto of Scripps Enterprises. Working with you has really opened my eyes, Mr. Meeks.
Oh, yes?
The way you handle worldly matters in the interest of a higher purpose.
Very well put, Mr. Scripps.
I mean, all those churches you visit and put to rights. I was wondering how I could help. I mean, take St. Jude's. There must be lots of stuff in there that you don't really need.
I'm listening.
What you need is a man of business. Someone with the legal right to dispose of it on your behalf.
You being that man, of course.
Well, better me than a man of the cloth. People take advantage of the likes of you chaps.
Sadly, all too true.
Oh. Well, we've got a deal then, have we?
Why not? Once you've helped me achieve my aims here at St. Jude's, anything is possible, Mr. Scripps.
You ready?
I thought you'd gone.
No, waiting for you.
Mike, I need to get this done for tomorrow. It's very messy divorce stuff. But you go on, I'll join you as soon as I've finished. I'll get it. Hello? I'm sorry, you must have the wrong number. Someone thinking that we were a hotel. I must get on.
Yeah, well, look, hurry up, eh? And make sure you get down there before last orders.
What exactly is it you're after?
A watertight contract to flog all the redundant stuff from old churches.
You reckon there's money in it?
Oh, Mr. Greengrass, you reckon there was a fortune just at St. Jude's, Mr. Scripps?
Bernard, this could be very big. I mean, yes, just a dog's body at St. Jude's today, but tomorrow, the czar of all redundant churches.
Might just be something worth investing in.
I don't think I want any investments at the moment, Bernard. But you could impress me by getting the next round in.
Oscar, usual, please.
Ah, Mike. The village kids are plaguing me with anonymous phone calls. Can you do something about it?
And what makes you think it's the village kids?
Well, who else could it be?
Well, he's supposed to be getting one in.
Why, what is it?
Oscar, Frank Metcalf and Mr. Dale received 2 anonymous phone calls.
Oh, I see. I think there's some connection.
It might be a coincidence. Or that you're next on their hit list. And Oscar, I don't believe in coincidences.
Come on, David, faster.
Mr. Scripps, have you seen anything like this tucked away in St. Jude's?
No, I can't say I have.
An old baptismal font. It's in here somewhere. Most urgent that I find it. You can keep that. Is that any way to treat church property?
Sorry, Vicar, just a slip of the hoist.
Could have been the object that I'm looking for. Now take care. The next slip will be your prospects crashing to earth.
Don't worry, it won't happen again, and we'll find this font.
Now, I shall be elsewhere today, so if you do come across it, telephone me here. Find it, Mr. Scripps. With my help, that contract is yours.
We found something, Sarge. The name of one of the transit owners is on the list of people who allowed access to the armoury.
Who is it?
You saw him yesterday, Peter Atkins.
Atkins, yeah, that's right. I'm still trying to contact his wife to confirm his whereabouts when the attacks took place.
Yeah, I spoke to Major Forbes. He says Atkins is an ex-para, part-time instructor there.
Well, it's time we spoke with Mr. Atkins again. You and Bellamy fetch him in, will you?
Searching for woodworm, Oscar.
Ow! Well, I'm glad you think that's funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
Have you checked upstairs?
Yeah, most of it, and there's nothing there. There's nothing anywhere.
Well, just keep looking, Gina.
Will you...
And don't argue, please.
All right, if you insist. Though why anyone would try and bomb you is beyond me. You're a real softy, Oscar.
Mr. Atkins, sorry to take up more of your time.
It's all right. I still haven't heard from my wife, if that's what you come about.
Of that and other related matters.
What matters?
Not here, sir. Down at the station.
Look, what is this? I've got a business to run here.
It won't take long, sir.
Well, I'll have to tell my blokes.
PC Bellamy, you'll go down there with you, if that's all right.
Suit yourself.
Anything, David?
No.
Well, we've got to find it, David, otherwise we can kiss goodbye to our deal.
You know that drawing again? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mr. Greengrass had that.
What are you on about now?
Well, I remember now. It was the rubbish that we cleared out last time we worked here.
Well, why didn't you say that before?
I've only just remembered.
Well, try and remember again. What did Mr. Greengrass do with it?
Oh, I don't need to remember that. I know. It's round back at our place.
Oh.
You're accusing me of attempted murder? That I'm going round Aidensfield rigging explosive devices?
You're ex-para, you have the expertise. Also, you instructed the TA where some of the stuff was stolen. Do you still deny that it was your van witnesses report seeing in Aidensfield?
Yes. Mine's securely locked up at night.
Well, I've said all this to Constable Bradley.
Who else uses your vans?
Well, during work hours, my blokes. Well, the kids stay in the office at night.
Now, your movements at the time of the attack. You still maintain that you were at home with your wife, who conveniently is travelling in parts unknown.
I'll believe what you want.
Have you ever seen that before, Mr. Atkins?
What kind of sick joke is this?
That's one of the anonymous threatening letters sent by the attacker.
Well, it's nothing to do with me.
They came in envelopes like this. That was typed on your office machine, same typeface.
I've said all I'm going to say till you get my solicitor here.
Mr. Greengrass couldn't sell it, so I thought he'd use it for something useful. There it is. It's a sort of a bird bath. Well, don't just stand there, David. Let's get it out. Well, come on. Put your back into it, lad. Get very wet.
Oh, I thought it might be you. Found your card in Atkins' office.
Well, he's a client. I'm handling his divorce.
Divorce?
Yes, it's the case I've been working on.
Well, how long's that been going on?
Ever since his wife left a few months back.
You're saying Mrs. Atkins no longer lives in the family home?
What's going on here?
Atkins says he was at home with his wife at the time of the attacks.
And you thought you'd trick the information out of me?
No, well, we would have found out anyway.
You do your job and I'll do mine, Mike.
Bradley, I want you to draw up a search warrant. I want Atkins' home and premises searched.
Hello. Can I speak to the Reverend Meeks, please? Me, I'm a business colleague. He asked me to ring. I've got something for him. Ah. When will he be back? Where is this? No, don't tell him. No, I want it to be a surprise. Thanks. Ever heard of the Saracen's Head, David?
Oh, yeah, it's a pub round the back end of Ashfordly. It's a rough old place. Why?
Why would a vicar be staying there?
I'll put a spell on you. Because you're mine. You better stop the things that you do. I ain't lying. No, I ain't lying.
Are you going to charge him or not?
When we've finished our immediate inquiries. In the meantime, he'll be our guest for tonight.
If there's no charge, I'd like him released in the morning.
Your client has lied to us, Mrs. Bradley. If he's innocent, what's the advantage?
Put simply, it's none of your business, Sergeant.
We've searched everywhere, Sarge, but no sign of any explosives or anything else.
Atkins is lying, Bradley.
Hey, Mr. Vernon. Is that the vicar?
Come on, David. We've seen enough here.
Morning, Gina. A letter for you.
Thanks. Oscar.
You'll get what you gave, Gina. Soon. No mercy.
But I thought it was you he was after.
So did I. I was wrong. We all were.
Bradley? Sarge? Let's see it. It's postmarked yesterday. Atkins could still have sent this.
She's through here.
Hello, Pete.
Thanks for coming so quick.
Well, you said it was urgent.
I've been thinking things over. I need your advice, Mrs. Bradley.
Oh, aye. Antiques now.
This is valuable, Bernard. Why else would that phony Vicar Meeks go to so much trouble to find it?
It's valuable. People all know about it. Let's have a look at that.
Have you got a local contact?
Well, not as such, but the museum will have an expert. I'll get on to it.
I've got that feeling I get in the presence of money. This could be the big one, Bernard.
What will you do with it, Mr. Vernon?
We're going to do what we always do, lad. The right thing.
Think hard, Gina. Any circumstance, anything that could link you with Mr. Metcalfe and Mr. Dale.
I've been racking my brains and... Well, we live in the same village and bump into each other the way people do, but beyond that, then, well, I'm sorry.
Do you know Mr. Peter Atkins?
I've heard the name, but I can't place it.
Late 30s, ex-army, runs an equipment hire business in Ashfordly.
No. Maybe it was Bernie and his mates mentioned it at the bar.
This Atkins, is he a suspect?
As it happens, yes.
Has he been charged?
I don't want to discuss it if you don't mind.
I take that to mean he hasn't.
We'll be interviewing Mr. Atkins again when we return to Ashfordly. Now, if you don't mind...
What plans have you made to protect Gina?
The best possible plans. The arrest and imprisonment of the person responsible for these attacks.
You best make sure you do that.
Oh, Sarge. Jackie was called in by Atkins.
Do we know why?
Wanted to change his statement. He's admitted he's been lying, Sarge.
Morning, Vicar.
Oh, Mr. Scripps. Still no sign of that font yet.
Oh, don't worry, it'll show up.
I don't want it to show up, as you put it. I want it found. Now, leave everything else and concentrate on finding it. I know it's here, somewhere. Find it, Mr. Scripps, lest you be judged incompetent.
And you still deny causing those explosions?
Of course I deny it.
Even though you lied to us about your movements?
Sergeant, my client is trying to cooperate.
Your client has lied to us once, Mrs. Bradley. Why should he not be lying now?
He lied to protect others, not himself.
Where's your wife now?
She's been gone for months. She, took off with a bloke she'd been seeing on the quiet. They got my kids. And she's applied to have me barred from seeing them.
Well, if you weren't with your wife on those nights, where were you?
With a woman, a close friend, someone who's been helping me through this nightmare.
I've already spoken with her and she confirms it. Her name and address. My client couldn't involve her. If his wife finds out he's seeing this woman, any woman, she'll use it to deny him parental rights to his children.
Haven't you got anything better to do?
I'm not letting you out of my sight, Gina.
And you know what? I refuse to let some nutter ruin my shopping life.
Complain all you like, it's falling on deaf ears. What's wrong?
Mr. Dale and the stuff with the ambulance. Look, you do the shop and I've got to go see Sergeant Craddock.
I never thought you'd check. It was a stupid lie.
On that we agree. This envelope was used by the person we're looking for. As I said before, we think it was typed on your office machine.
Can't be.
Sarge, Mike.
Excuse me.
Gina wants to have a word with you.
I've remembered something. Well, it was about 2 years ago, and I was out shopping, and this woman took ill and collapsed just outside the shops. Mr. Dale came out. We tried to help her. We called an ambulance. It took forever to arrive. Some kind of traffic jam, Mr. Metcalf said.
Metcalf drove the ambulance?
Yeah, but it was too late. She died before he got there.
Why didn't you tell us about this before?
I don't know. Maybe it's something I didn't want to remember.
What was the woman's name, Gina?
Mrs. Tranter, an elderly woman. She lives somewhere in Ashfordly.
Tranter's one of those on the list with access to the armoury.
Her death was reported in the paper. I think there was a sum mentioned.
Just a minute. Brian Tranter, ex-para maid of Atkins.
What do we know about him?
Works with Atkins. Also, he lives in an apartment above the office.
Right, thanks very much, Gina. It's time you got back to Aidensfield. Bellamy, get ready to go. Bradley, fetch Atkins. We're taking him with us.
It's your van with Tranter driving. He had the means and the know-how to rig up the bombs.
I still can't believe it's Brian.
Cost a bit, that. Expert opinion. Or as near as a museum expert could say from a drawing.
Early Norman baptismal font.
He thinks it was made a few hundred years after St. Aidan was converting the heathens round here.
Well, he missed a few, didn't he, St. Aidan? Heathens. Well, there's that fake vicar for a start.
What's it worth, Bernard?
Very rare. Only a few left. Why, specialist collectors or museums pay till it hurts to get their hands on the one we found.
Excuse me? The one I found?
Yeah, but it doesn't belong to either of you, does it?
What now?
I want you to make a phone call, Bernard. I'll tell you what to say. A call to Lord Ashfordly about a certain gentleman of the cloth.
See, I've always admired that about you, Vernon, the way you plan ahead.
It's up there.
No comment, Mr. Atkins?
I've got to find him.
I'm a little tin soldier that wants to jump into your bag. You are a look in your eye, a dream passing by in the sky. I don't understand. You know I need is treat me like a man, 'cause I ain't no child. Take me like I am.
Brian guessed you'd be coming for him next. He told Jimmy you'd find him in Aidensfield.
I'll call Gina.
Why are you wasting time with all this?
Mr. Meeks,
Ah, Lord Ashfordly.
making progress?
Yes, the burden on St. Jude's is easing by the hour.
Excellent. By the way, who did you say authorised these works?
The diocesan authorities.
Who say they've never heard of you?
Well, perhaps not in the first instance. The Quinquennial Commission.
Which doesn't exist. Nor the Dilapidations Board, the Redundant Churches Fellowship, or any of the rest of your gobbledygook. Oh, I shouldn't if I were you, Mr. Meeks, not if you want to stay friends with Wrightson's shotgun. I think you better come along and tell the police what's been going on. Confession being good for the soul, eh, Vicar?
I've known Brian since we joined up as kids. I don't believe what we went through together. No one would.
Well, you should have known. You let loyalty cloud your judgment, Mr. Atkins.
He saved my life when we were dropped over Suez. He shielded me from a grenade burst. He's still carrying parts of it. He's not a well-manned sergeant. That's why I employ him. I promised myself to look out for him.
Oh, we're not open yet.
Gina Ward,
Yeah?
you killed my mother.
What? Ow! Ow, Oscar! Get off me! Oscar!
First you take her heart, then you break her heart. But before you do, you make it for you.
He's just taken off in that transit, and he's got Gina.
Then you give it back. Oh, you shouldn't do that. You see me walk that floor, just a thinking of you. You see me walk that front, baby, right out of my shoes.
All you had to do was get her to hospital. But you didn't care, did you? She meant nothing to you. Someone's got to pay for that, Gina.
Somebody please take a break.
Don't make it worse for yourself, Tranter. Ryan! Stay out of this, Pete. She killed my mother. She and the other two. And she pays for that.
Let her go! Easy, Phil.
Try that again, and I'll kill her right here.
Take it easy, Tranter.
I mean it. And I can do it. Tell him, Pete.
Sure. You could kill her. I'd break her neck just like that. It's what they trained us to do.
It's right. It's one thing they can't take from me.
Or should they? You were the best.
How much good it did me. To my mother. She didn't deserve to go like that.
You should have talked to me, Brian.
You were too busy, mate. You had your own problems.
Are we talking now?
The least they could have done was to help her. I mean, you do what they ask of you, and more. And for what, eh? See, they don't care, civilians. You give them your all, and they let her die right there on the street.
But I understand.
It can't go on. Someone's got to pay. Someone's... Do you know what I mean?
Don't touch him. It's all right, we'll sort it out. You've got my word.
You're right, Gina.
Mr. Meeks is now in police custody. Turns out he was a professional looter of old churches, nicknamed, of course, the Vicar.
But the font?
Meeks discovered it was located here from some old book. When I questioned David about it, he told me you'd found it.
Well, I was just doing the right thing, Mr. Vernon. His lordship being the rightful owner, like.
A godsend. Its sale will provide us with all the funds we need to restore St. Jude's.
Lord Ashfordly, the stuff we pulled out of St. Jude's, you will let me take it off your hands for services rendered.
Oh, I'm sorry, your brother's already laid claim to it.
Bernard?
Well, not unreasonable. As he said, he did tip me off about Meeks.
Oh, well, Bernie, me, it's all in the family, your lordship.
Well, fair point. It's yours, Scripps. All yours.
Good try, Bernard. Not good enough.